Welcome back to the channel. All right, it's time to start the relic guides. You know I enjoy them. I include them in the Crystal Cornucopia. I rank them up. I attach them to my champions. Not all of them. There are a handful that make like a transformative difference, but the vast majority of them make a meaningful difference, a helpful difference, not just the striker. And that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to start off with the Mr. Sinister today. And all of these relic guides will be in a playlist on my channel under relics. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get to it. The way this format is going to be formatted is we will briefly talk about what each relic kind of does, right? It's in essence signature ability. I'm trying to move it, but it won't move. That's fine. We'll then quickly talk about a name champion, so you know who it's intended for. They're recommended almost, right? Then we'll talk about some general targets. That way you can take the knowledge you've learned here, you pull a mutant, maybe the mutant's not even out in the game when I make this, and then you can know if this would be a good fit for you. What are the general benefits of this relic, right? As we go and look at their rune spots and things like that, you can see those right there. Then we're going to look at where I have them placed, because one of the biggest things with relics is the opportunity cost, right? Like if you think about the Hulk relic, there's going to be so many champions you want to place that one on, and you can't place it on all of them. So what are you really looking for? What are you looking to do? It's going to be very, very specific to your account, your champion, how you ranked up. And then we'll quickly talk about some surprise targets, so things like that. Maybe not something you initially think of. And then, of course, rank worthy. Now we're looking at, this is my live Vega 583 account. I have taken this relic to rank 2. Like we know, I really enjoy them. We'll start off with, we'll essentially call it the signature ability. I think it has another name, but I think of it as a signature ability here. When the striker exits, inflict a bleed debuff on this champion, dealing 0 direct damage over 4 seconds. I know when I initially, I was like, why am I inflicting a 0 damage bleed over 4 seconds? It's a very short period of time. And then the awakened ability here is the striker debuff has an independent, almost 12% at 620 at rank 2 for the 6-star. Chance to trigger again, and then here's the intended targets, the named targets of Colossus, Namor, Toad, and Storm. And if you know their kits well, you can be like, oh, okay, I get it. Good things happen when they're bleeding, they get powered up, something like that. Or maybe if they're even just bled, or maybe they're immune to the bleed, right? And then those named ones that are in blue there, they have an additional chance for the striker debuff has an additional independent, almost 24% chance to trigger again, so benefiting them even more. So then you can look and you can click right here under relic on the eye. This is the recommended champions, Colossus, Namor, Toad, and Storm. This will be this way for every single relic, and then you will often see this right here, where if it's one of those recommended champions, they're going to get an additional benefit or certain things. And let's go ahead and move on. So right now, the general targets, sorry, if you're not looking at just those named ones, in my opinion, for this relic in particular, for Mr. Sinister, are anyone that benefits from being bled, from bleeding, or from being immune to a bleed and having that bleed try to be placed on them. You're going to see that throughout this relic. Then anyone who has prowess, and you want those prowess to be bigger, more plentiful, what have you. Or then anyone who wants bigger, better, more juicy crits, also in here. That's really good. It's a great relic. You can see I have it attached to my 7-star rank 2 sunspot. So this first rune spot, the 6-star will have all 3. The 5-star, 4-star, and 3 will have less as you go down. You'll know that as you look at your relic. So this first one here is precision cuts, right? This is obviously adding a nice precision. You can see that's what I am spec'd into. I want my sunspot critting more. I want to get as much as I possibly can. And then again, you see that if you have Colossus, Namor, or Toad, or Storm, this has an increased potency, all right? And then let's say you're like, nah, my champion crits enough. I don't need more crits, but I want them bigger and I want them juicier. Then you can go here for this cruelty. That's not what I'm doing. I want more crits. Sunspot is critting just fine as far as the damage coming off of them. Then this is why I said this is helpful for champions who have a lot of prowess, right? Or just any prowess. You want that more powerful as you rank this up, as you move up. This will get bigger. That's why it is in green. And then you also have this, opponent champion bleed potency down. I'm not sure why that's there. There might be a champion, if you know a champion kit really well, you might see that really well. It feels very defensive, that sort of thing. I'm not saying it's a waste. It's not something that I am interested in spectating in for any of the champions I am using this on. And then we'll move down to the third and final rune spot. And you can see a nice attack rating. This isn't massive, right? For your 7-star, your rank 2, rank 3, that sort of thing. 128. It's not huge, right? I think it's the other things that are doing a nice benefit for you. But a nice attack rating while bleeding. You can think of some champions like Omega Red or Toad or things like that that get a benefit while bleeding and those sorts of things. And then here's that other rune spot that I did not spec into. So this one's a really nice one for me. Like I said, I really like this relic. Is it the first one that I would think of ranking up? No, it is not, but is it rank worthy? Absolutely. In my opinion, it is not one that's transformative for a champion that's currently in the game. That doesn't mean a mutant won't be coming out where it potentially is transformative. Is it worth ranking in general? Absolutely. Now let's go ahead and talk about some surprise targets, and then I'll talk about where I have it on my champions based on my account. Because again, I think there's an opportunity cost to this. This DLS term, and I think he's definitely correct. Some surprise targets are going to be your Domino, your Omega Red, and your Mr. Sinister. And you might be thinking, I already knew all of that. I already know, and that's fine. That's great. But I'm saying that for folks who are like, okay, I know the named champions, and then maybe I have one or two champions I can think of. But here, how can this happen? Well, Omega Red gets that really nice benefit when he's bleeding, and then Mr. Sinister is a new buff. And I know that this is the Mr. Sinister Relic, but he wasn't buffed when this relic came out. Have a take a look at this. Jaeger has been using the Omega Red, and so has Agatron. Omega Red with this relic as well. And then who do I currently have it on? I have it on my 6-star 7. I have the 6-star on my 7-star rank 2 Sunspot. Like I said, I use him in Battlegrounds all the time. He gets plenty of prowess. His crits are huge enough when they do the damage. What I do want is I want more prowess potency, and I want him to crit as much as possible, because when he comes up short, because he doesn't crit, that really hurts in Battlegrounds where time is of the essence. So that's why I have it on my highest, well, he's actually not even my highest, but that's why I have him on my most powerful offensive use in Mutant. Now, I want to show you this, because we're going to go directly to a champion here. And we're going to look at Domino, and this is why she was kind of on the like surprise targets. We're going to look at her SP2. I know I've talked about this in some of my Domino videos, but this is the sort of thing why I think it's much better for you to really learn what the relic does, as opposed to me just like ranking it or something like that for you. Because if you know what the relic does, and you're going to be able to know your champions kits, the champions you have ranked up and the champions you enjoy, and then you're going to know how to use the relics on them. It really is a superior system on this one. But look at her special too, right? If Domino is lucky, this attack has a plus 6,444. There's a rank 3 7-star Domino. That's a massive attack increase. It's almost double, almost exactly double what her current attack is. If Domino suffers from a bleed at least once in the fight. So I use this relic. I showed this in the video multiple times. I use the relic. I hopefully get lucky by keeping my combo going. She gets lucky pretty regularly. Get into my special 2, and Battlegrounds, your relic will get there before you get special 2. I trigger a bleed, and then this special 2 has almost double the attack rating. That's why you saw it hitting so darn hard. And then my 4-star Mr. Sinister Relic I have on Emma Frost, who obviously can be immune. You want the prowess potency up with her. And for me, one of the reasons why I don't play her more is she's not critting as frequently as I would like. She's a great champion. The Grass has shown that. Adam on my Discord server, the Spreadsheet Wizard, has shown that too. So you definitely have your Storm, your Colossus Humor, and your Toad. If I was to pull a 7-star Storm, I would maybe reconfigure this. I would think about it. I'm not sure exactly what I would do. Probably move my 5-star Relic to Storm. I really enjoy playing Storm. Or if I was able to awaken my Colossus, my 7-star Colossus, I would probably move the 5-star again off of Domino to Storm or Colossus, should I be wanting to use them. Because for Domino, remember, yeah, there's the more crits and things like that, but she doesn't have prowess. It's really the bleed that I want off of this special too. So again, it's a great example of why I really want you to know what these relics do. That way, when you are going to set up for your account, for how you've got ranked up your champions, you know how to line them. This is the first full relic guide we're doing. Please let me know what was helpful, what you liked, and what you would maybe like to see added on. I will consider that as we go into making them. I do intend to make one video for each and every relic. I really do like them. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know which relic one you want to see coming up soon. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.